All right, hello and welcome back to another wee bit of video. Today's video, we are going to be talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is still dominant as ever. Now, of course, when you talk about some of the best players in the game, I mentioned in my last video, Luka Doncic. I edited it out, but I did talk about Nikola Jokic a little bit. But today, we are going to be talking about Giannis. This dude is just... he is one of one. There is nobody as fast, as dominant, as strong as he is in today's game. He can dominate in any given era with his ability to really dribble the ball up and down the court. And as physical as he is, as strong as he is, there's just not a lot of people who can stop him, if any, to be honest. Let's get into it, though. Let's talk about what makes Giannis so special. How many people you know that are, 6'10"? Is that Giannis's height? 6'10", 6'11"-ish, or around that height? How many people you know are going to dribble up and down the court and then just attack the basket the way he does? I mean, super athletic finish, but there's just not a lot people can do. When you talk about Miami Heat LeBron, early Cleveland LeBron, when players like that just go downhill, Giannis being one of them, I mean, there's just not a lot you can do. Just has his hand out where no one's going to reach the ball. You're not going to block it even if you tried. Comes across, uses his body as leverage. So you guys know the deal when it comes to using your body as leverage. You use it to push a player off you and just finish there. Super fluid, super simple, but it's not easy. Not a lot of people can do that. There isn't a lot of negative when we talk about Giannis, but something on the scouting report that going into a game if you're an opposing team is, if there's one weakness in Giannis's game, it's his lack of shooting. So how do you as a defender counteract Giannis and force him really to do something that he doesn't really want to do? Pretty straightforward play here. You got Giannis posted up, really free throw line extended. He's going to catch you here. This defender's on him, being physical. He doesn't want to make it easy for him. Really, if you ask me. Now, this is me spitballing here. When you see right here, let's go back a little bit. If I'm looking at film, this guy needs to play a little bit, just a little bit more up. A little bit more up. Because once he sees this, he's got to go. And that's got to be a steal. And even if it's not a steal, as soon as Giannis turns, he's running into this guy. But whatever. Point is, Giannis is going to get the ball right here. Catch it. Easy. Now, what do you do when you're this defender? Really, anyone in the NBA. You give space. This is Giannis's biggest weakness in his game, is you give him space. However, what he's developed over his career, what he's gotten better at, is the mid-range J. Now, is it still ideal if you're a defender to give him that? No, but it's significantly better than allowing him to just put his head down and get to the basket. However, Giannis, being the better player he is, this is a rhythm shot right here. We talked about it a bit with Luka. If you haven't seen the video, feel free to check it out. But players love their rhythm shots. If you go to 2K and you just hold the R stick up, whether you're playing Xbox or PlayStation, I put PlayStation. So if you just hold a Pro Stick button up, they get into their rhythm shot, a shot that they consistently do, throughout games, because that's what they practice. That's what they get into to get their rhythm going. Basketball is such a rhythm sport. But let's check this out right here. This is Giannis's rhythm shot. If you watch Bucks games, if you're a Bucks fan, you know that this is what he does. He gets that step back right there, step back, or I shouldn't say step back. I would say size up. Correction on that step back. It's a size up. But it's a dribble, 1-2, 1-2, and then into the pull up. So now here he's pulling up. And that, when you're the defender, you're happier to give that up than anything in the inside. But if Giannis is on any given day knocking down his J's, it's over. He's going to dominate. There's nothing you can do. You just can't stop that. You'd have to double team, but even then, he's a good enough playmaker to make the right pass. Okay, so take 2 on Giannis, in this mid-range area. Just caught the ball. What does he do? Turns, and if you're not going to have help side, this is the not ideal situation, right? You don't give him enough space because, there's some space, but realistically, there's not a lot you can do if Giannis is this close to the rim. There's no help side. He's just going to go into you, use his size and his strength, right? Size, strength, and one thing he's developed over his career as well is finesse. Being able to use that footwork to spin. Look where he spins here. So this is what I'm talking about. This is something he's developed over his career right here. I'm going to slow it down a little bit more. This will help you guys understand what I'm saying better. So right here, when he spins, the idea of the spin is to have the defender on your hip, and then he can use his left hand easily, very easily, because he's tall enough and lengthy enough to where the other player can't block it. So when he spins, look where he stops the spin, right? Where he has leverage right here. Easy. See that? See those feet entangled? Giannis has this defender on his hip now. So that's the footwork that we talk about. And what the defender can't block that. Using his left hand, easy finish. So strength really plays a huge factor, but not enough people are going to talk about that footwork. He perfectly placed himself where the defender's on his hip. That's exactly how you draw it up in training. That's how you draw it up in plays when you're putting yourself in the post. Okay, we mentioned it earlier. You can't give Giannis those downhill drives. So what do you got to do? You got to double. The problem is, a player like Giannis, he's still a good enough playmaker to make the right pass. A player at his size shouldn't be this good at all those things that we talked about. Just drives downhill. You got massive help side right here. We got help side if Giannis crosses over. So if Giannis does the crossover to his left, we got help side right here. So really, Giannis is creating for his teammates here before he's even making the pass because of spacing. But once he gets close enough and he's got 4 defenders paying massive attention to him, makes the pass, elbow 3. When you have a player that can do that much, it's scary, dude. It is scary. Okay, this is one of those situations where you get a quick rebound, and now Giannis in transition. I mentioned LeBron earlier when he goes downhill. We just saw Giannis go downhill. People collapse on him. This is a scary sight for anyone guarding Giannis, because now, if you're his teammate, you're saying, okay, we're in transition. Where is Giannis? You have to find Giannis in transition. He's almost unstoppable. Gets the ball here. Before he even dribbles, he's got 2 guys right here ready to go. So puts the dribble down. Guess what? Number 10 is like, I have to help. We're going to double him. The problem is, or really the reality is, most players at Giannis' size can't dribble the way he does. But for him, it's a simple behind the back. Now he's gotten past player 2. Player 1's still kind of on him, but guess what? At his size, not much you can do. Just go attack. He gives up. Help side isn't enough. I think that might be Denny Avdija, by the way. That looks like him. Anyway, keeping it going. This is, I mean, yeah, there's nothing you can do. That is Denny Avdija, by the way. There's nothing you can do. You typically don't have the speed that Giannis does. However, for Giannis, the game plan is always going to be getting to the basket. How does he get to the basket here? It's a simple bringing the ball around, attack baseline. 9's not ready for baseline. However, he does a pretty good job of just covering, not the baseline, but the middle area right here. Because if you just stick on the baseline, you don't have a real good angle to get a shot off. I mean, you can, but it's not a good angle. So 9 plays smart, right? He's guarding the spots where he wants to. He's going to get help side here, but Giannis can go to the baseline. If you're a guard, it's really tough to be here, right? Because you typically can't just jump over or get the ball over a bigger guy, but Giannis is an exception, of course. I mean, he does not have a good angle right now, but he's simply going to rise up. Just rise up to both of them. Right over the both of them. If that's the majority of players in the league, getting the baseline isn't the end of the world, right? Because we go back and think about it. The angle is not great there. So brings the ball around, attacks baseline, but then goes into him. There's a double here, but he just forces it. He forces the angle, but he can, and it works. There's just not a lot you can do. You really, really can't give him any space. Even if on a typical player, they're like, he doesn't have the angle. Giannis can literally rise up and go. It's just, oh man, I can't even imagine I can't even imagine pre-game discussions. All game we've seen Giannis attack. He's only really gotten one mid-range shot. Here, what's the rhythm? What's the rhythm that I mentioned earlier? Look at those. Look at the footwork. So if you match up the footwork in line with that first mid-range shot, you're getting the exact same footwork because it's the rhythm shot. It's the 1-1-2 right here. I mean, it's a travel, yes, but that shit don't get called for whatever reason. So dribble. Obviously, everyone's got attention on him. So 1, 2, 3, but it's fine because we don't call travels. Pull up. But that's the rhythm shot. And if Giannis is knocking this down, he truly is unguardable for anyone. Again, we compare this to the first one by all means. I mean, it's the simple step into it, the 1, 2, 3, pull up. Ultimately, what more can you want? Now, is this NBA level games? Obviously not. You have players who really don't match his size and strength. However, it doesn't take away from the footwork that's at display, from anything regarding his speed and size. Now, do other defenders match up better in the NBA? Better, but not good. Better, but not good. Do certain schemes match up better than the NBA? Better, but again, you can't stop Giannis. You can only limit him from doing the most. Really, that's really what it boils down to. You can double him, even at the NBA level. You can double him, but you're only going to be able to limit him and not stop him completely. I would say the best, most effective thing that's worked on Giannis is just getting him mad. Getting him mad tends to, get him off his game a little bit, at least from what I've seen. Bucks fans, if you disagree with me, let me know. But I've seen him get mad a couple times and just really not handle some things well. But other than that, there's really just no big weakness in this guy's game. Shooting threes obviously could improve, but at the end of the day, this guy, if you give him a shit ton of space, if he's at the 3-point line and you're just sagging off so much, due to you sagging off so much, that gives him the ability to just go downhill. Now you give him the ability to really get what he wants and not have anyone really disturbing him. Really, you need a huge wall in the paint area to try to disrupt him. You also need him to be a bit off his game because, again, when he's at his best, he's just Giannis. He's at his best. There's nothing you can do about it. You've seen the length, the way he's able to move players around, and even if he has a bad angle, to just completely jump high enough, lengthy enough to still make it a good shot. Eurobasket Giannis is crazy. NBA Giannis is crazy. Any Giannis is crazy. In my opinion, if the Bucks were better, he definitely would have more rings. But I'm not a believer in his current supporting cast. I don't think Miles Turner is all that great. He's a good player, but you guys saw the finals. Miles Turner didn't have a good NBA finals. So let me know what you think anyway. Greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you like the film room, if you like what I've been doing lately, feel free to like, subscribe. It goes a long way to help the channel. As always, this is Ollie Been Different. All we've been different. And we out.